Tonight's bedtime story is called Mr. Nonsense Isn't Himself, read by the same artists. On this particular morning, the streets were empty. Strangely empty. "I wonder why," said Miss Scatterbrain to herself. Then she saw Miss Late. "Why are the streets so empty, Miss Late?" she asked. "And why are you running?" "Why, today is the competition for the Nonsense Cup," she said. "Had you forgotten? They're about to announce the winner of the silliest idea." "Oh, how forgetful of me," replied Miss Scatterbrain. Nonsense Land. A very strange place indeed, with some very strange inhabitants. And it is in Nonsense Land, at the top of the tree, that Mr. Nonsense lives. If you were able to take a walk in Nonsense Land, you would be astonishingly astonished. In Nonsense Land, they play strange games of tennis, on strange tennis courts with strange rackets. On that morning, Mr. Nonsense was playing with Mr. Silly and Miss Dotty, and as for the fourth player, it was a pig. Yes, a very cute pink pig. Dong! Bump! Poor Mr. Nonsense. A tennis ball hit him on the nose. Mr. Nonsense was knocked out. His friends rushed to help him. They tried to get him to talk, but with no luck. Would Mr. Nonsense ever be the same again? "This is terrible," cried Miss Dotty. "We must do something to help poor Mr. Nonsense." Meanwhile, the competition for the Nonsense Cup had begun. One by one, the contestants amazed the crowd with their silly ideas. A helmet with wings? How silly. "And what do you have there, Mr. Lazy?" asked Miss Brainy. "This," said Mr. Lazy sleepily, "is an alarm clock with no numbers and no hands. Ah, at last, I can sleep for as long as I like. This alarm clock will never go off. How silly." At last Mr. Nonsense had come around. "How are you feeling, Mr. Nonsense?" asked Mr. Silly anxiously. "Why are you calling me Mr. Nonsense?" he said. "That's not my name." "But of course it's your name," said Miss Dotty. "And up there's your house." "My house?" he said, much astonished. "Only birds live in trees." Mr. Nonsense really wasn't himself at all. Back at the competition, the contestants took it in turns to take to the stage. The crowd clapped and clapped when they saw Mr. Bounce's idea. It was egg juggling. What a silly idea. So you may not be surprised to hear that Mr. Nonsense didn't want to have anything to do with such a silly competition. But Miss Dotty pushed him onto the stage, hoping that it might help him remember who he was. "Stop calling me Mr. Nonsense," he complained. "I don't even know who you are, and you don't have the right to—" "Welcome, Mr. Nonsense," said Miss Brainy. "I imagine that this year, as every other year, you will have found a splendidly silly idea." "But I'm not Mr. Nonsense," he protested, to an amazed Miss Brainy. Miss Dotty was worried. Mr. Nonsense's bump on the head had really changed him. At that moment, Mr. Nonsense was declared the winner of the Nonsense Cup. Have you guessed why? Well, it was because the more Mr. Nonsense said he wasn't him, the more the judges loved what they thought it was his silliest idea yet. "Hip hip hooray!" cried the crowd. Mr. Bounce joined in the celebrations by juggling higher and higher. But Mr. Bounce threw his egg so high that he just couldn't catch it, and bump! The egg hit Mr. Nonsense on the nose. "How nice to see you, Miss Dotty," smiled Mr. Nonsense. "But I am feeling rather hungry. Let's go and eat a strawberry jam and mustard omelette." "Thank goodness," smiled Miss Dotty. "You're back to your usual self." And ever since this day, can you guess what Mr. Nonsense does when he plays tennis? He wears a helmet, of course, but with wings. Time for our second to final story.